The Poi-Kalon complex is the center of Bukhara, without a doubt the heart of Mawar-o-Nahr and Khurasan. A construction of the complex was initiated by Qutayba ibn Muslim in the 7th century. Thus, he built a mosque that was much bigger than the Masjid Kalyan that we see today. However, the mosque had an ordinary appearance like others built at that time, so its wall was made of wood, covered with sand. Imam's mihrab was placed, and some areas were shaded with mats and tents. This is how this mosque began to function. The mosque was active even after the rule of the Arab Caliphate, the Samanids, and the Quranids. Only during the time of the Samanid state, some parts of the mosque were rebuilt from clay, mud, and brick instead of wood. It is said in historical sources that most of the structure was left in the form of wood. Alp Arslan was one of the first to build Miri-Arab during the Karahanid period. Therefore, this tower until recently was called both Miri-Arab and Arslan Khan Tower. During the Mongol invasion in 1220, the mosque was completely destroyed. Later, during the reign of Ubaydullah Khan and Abdulaziz Khan, one of the Shayban rulers, the place underwent major construction works. In particular, Ubaydullah Khan built a magnificent Miri-Arab madrasa, and Abdulaziz Khan built this Masjid Kalyan. Of course, these structures were renovated in a more prosperous and beautiful form during the reign of the Ashtarhanids, and finally during the years of independence. Bukhara is a land of wonder and miracles. This city, which has passed through various tests of history for centuries, with these ancient monuments, fascinates everyone. Kalyan Mosque is one of the monuments inherited from the great past to today's generations. The mosque has a rectangular stage. Its spacious courtyard is surrounded by a domed porch. The overall mosque building has 288 domes supported by 208 pillars. Later, the columns with a murabba pattern were installed, which have a unique majestic appearance, making it more elegant and beautiful. In the center of the courtyard, there are decorative pediments. The huge porch facing the outside in the east stands out for its majestic and magnificent decoration. This peshtok is decorated according to national traditions and customs. The elegance of various designs, the special colors amaze people. The main facade of the Kalyan Mosque faces east as if waiting for the sunrise. The roof of the mosque, decorated with mosaic, is located a bit higher. The upper part is traditionally decorated with verses, national motifs, elegant and beautiful decorations, and the colors are perfectly selected according to the region. The mosque courtyard is entered by several steps. Inside the courtyard are two blue domes. Masjid Kalyan was built in 1514. More than 10,000 people can pray in the Masjid Kalyan at the same time. The roof of the mosque consists of 288 domes, and these domes perform the function of air conditioning. Each dome consists of 4 pediments. This mosque was considered the largest and most luxurious mosque of Mawar-o-Nahr at that time. Verses of the Holy Quran are written on the facade of the entrance of the mosque. In particular, on the upper part of the gate, verses from Surah Juma are written. Tourists and pilgrims from different parts of the world come to visit Masjid Kalyan.
kelib ziyorat qilishadi.
Yesterday, it is a wonderful town. It's really old with lots of history and great impressions. The architecture is absolutely amazing. The food and the people are lovely. Great shopping area. The hotel is absolutely amazing. We're really glad to be here. We came from Khiva and we're looking forward to seeing the rest of the country and the lovely Uzbek people.
There are numerous ancient monuments in Bukhara Sharif. Each of them is unique, and the Poi-Kalon complex has a special place and attracts everyone. Anyone who steps into this complex will be faced by the majestic Miri-Kalon. Miri-Kalon occupies a special place among the ancient structures of this type. Similarity and proportion of forms, architectural harmony, magnificent appearance and majesty give the tower real beauty. If you look at the minaret, location of the Kalyan Mosque on the right side and the Miri-Arab madrassas on the left side make an extraordinary meaning. Miri-Kalon consists of 104 staircases. The height from the bottom to the top is 50 meters. The lower circumference of the Miri-Kalon is 12 meters, and the upper part is 6 meters. Miri-Kalon has performed several tasks in the past. The most important of these is to call the prayer for the 5 daily prayers, and another served as a beacon for caravans. At times, it also served as a tower to defend Bukhara. We came to Bukhara to see this wonderful, beautiful and ancient city. We decided to spend some time in Bukhara because this is a very ancient city. The people are hospitable. Here are these monuments. The square itself is amazing. The ancient minaret, mosque and madrasa are like a fairy tale. People are friendly, kind, food is delicious, especially pilaf and kebabs. Come to Bukhara, I recommend it to everyone. As you can see, we have guests from the Russian Federation. They are visiting the city with many ancient shrines and monuments. We know that the great figures were burned on this ancient land. During the visit and tour around a wonderful and unique city, we gave information and tried to enrich their impressions. I haven't been to Uzbekistan for 30 years. After those years, I came to see my friends. We visited Bukhara. The positive changes are big. The city is amazing and the monuments are wonderful. My impressions are huge. I really liked the city. Masjid Kalyan is one of the biggest mosques in Bukhara. In fact, this place is evidently recorded in history as the first mosque in Mawaranahar region. This proves that it's a magnificent monument. There is no doubt that Imam Bukhari, referred as the Sultan of Muhaddith, who left the most authentic collection of hadith in Islamic world, taught in this mosque. This fact further increases its historical importance. For centuries, this complex had been an education center and a mosque, as well as a shelter for orphans, poor beggars, and foreigners. Masjid Kalyan has 4 main gates, and verses from the Holy Quran are written on its pediments. There are arcs on both right and left sides of Masjid Kalyan. If we look closely at the upper part, there are written hadiths promoting knowledge. In the courtyard of the mosque, there is an octagonal, the grave of the martyr. After Genghis Khan conquered Bukhara, he massacred the inhabitants of Bukhara. In 1913, the last Emir of Bukhara, Amir-Alimkhan, built a tomb of the martyrs in the memory of them. There are many shrines in Bukhara. I come here quite often. It's extremely complicated to describe the historical view of this place. Bukhara has many sacred places, including shrines of the 7 spiritual mantras, the shrine of Baha'u'ddin Naqshband. To be honest, I'm really happy to see a large number of tourists and pilgrims and foreign guests here. In fact, everyone living in this country should come and visit these places built by the ancestors. Our grandfather, Amir Timur, had a famous saying, "If you want to know who we are, look at the buildings we built." My friend Alex also came from St. Petersburg to visit this place. How do you find the city? Incredible feelings. I feel as if I fell into the past 5 centuries ago. Is it like a fairy tale? Yes, fairy tale indeed. I hope we'll soon have a new picture with you here. Of course, everyone wants to know their past and history, and this is our duty. I would like to tell the youth to come here and see these places. Frankly, they are so well preserved that I get amazed. It's the duty of each of us to come and visit such places. Bukhara is a beautiful fairy tale city. It's impossible to describe this place with words. I really like the fact that the whole place is quiet, neat, clean, orderly, and people are calm. You have a wonderful city. I think this is not our last trip to your country. Of course, we'll come again. We came from Spain to Uzbekistan. Our countries have strong and friendly relations. Everything we saw in your country is amazing, especially the architecture of mosques, madrassas, and monuments is unique. We like them all. The people in your country are very friendly. They always have a smile on their faces and the food is delicious. This is a 500-year-old altar. In it, the verses are written with golden water. This one was built after a lot of hard work. It was built with the baked bricks and decorated with tiles. The unique architectural style of ancient Bukhara was used in the construction of this mihrab. Mihrabs in Bukhara are closely connected to each other. There are ancient cities in Uzbekistan. The Turks' history is very dear to me. My father had a dream to visit these historical places, but he didn't see those days. And I'm making his dream come true. It is important to visit all historical complexes, castles and mosques. I am happy to come to Bukhara. I would like to invite all those living outside Uzbekistan, especially Russians, Turks, Tatars, Kazakhs, and other nationalities from different corners of the world to come here and see the historical monuments of the Turkic world. I'm happy to have set foot in this wonderful historical city. I'm excited to see such places. We are from Tashkent. We are proud that tourism is rapidly developing in our country. There are many places worth visiting, and today we can bring them to the attention of the whole world. We are often asked about why the Kalyan Mosque is surrounded by domes. The reason behind the mosque with 208 domes is that preachers, scholars used to preach to the nation, and hadith were recited from the mihrab where I'm standing. With these domes, the sound of messengers reached the farthest part of the mosque. That's in some sense These domes served as a sound amplifier. Now we can witness it ourselves. If we raise our voice a little, it will reach the half of the mosque. If we raise it higher, saying Allahu Akbar, the voice will reach the people in the middle and at the end of the mosque. We are from Germany. We have recently arrived in Uzbekistan. We really like the city. We came to Bukhara only yesterday. We are fascinated by the nature and people of Uzbekistan. The architecture is amazing. Our first impressions of Bukhara are very big. We like the cities. Bukhara is one of those cities we like it the most. Hello everyone, my name is Gil Martino. I'm French. We have been traveling in Uzbekistan for several days. We come from one of the villages in the heart of distant France. We want to see Uzbekistan, its historical cities, and the sightseeings of your country. Uzbekistan, first of all, surprised me and my friends with its unique ancient antiques, mosques, madrassas, monuments, and wonderful patterns. In these structures, their brilliant colors. I haven't seen such beautiful steps in any other country. Here you can find many such monuments. Everything is wonderful and attractive. In the evening, we are going to discuss each beauty we have watched. We will share our impressions with our loved ones. We were pleased with everything we saw. We were also very pleased with the hospitality, humanity, and open-heartedness of the Uzbek people. They always have a smile on their faces and treat their guests with special respect. They treat us well. They want tourists to come and visit their country. We appreciate it. Anyway, I could talk about this amazing trip for a long time. Thanks for everything. The Masjid-e-Kalyan Mosque was completely renovated in 1997 along with all other monuments in the city on the occasion of the 2500th anniversary of Bukhara. To date, a modern infrastructure with tourist facilities has been created at the initiative of the new Uzbekistan government. Kalyan Mosque is included in the World Heritage List of UNESCO. Night turns into day, day turns into night, and that's the way years pass. The ancient monuments on this blessed land will continue to speak about the past and illuminate the path of the next generations like a torch that shines in a dark night.